Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Twisted Timbers at Kings Dominion are two incredible roller coasters that are only located an hour apart, but which is truly the best coaster in Virginia. I sadly did not get to ride 305 because it was closed the 1.5 days I went, but I would assume it would be better than Pantheon in Twisted Timbers. But before we get into the categories, let me introduce you to both of the coasters. First, we have Twisted Timbers. Twisted Timbers is an RMC conversion of Hurler that opened in 2018 alongside Steel Vengeance. Twisted Timbers was the first RMC to use the new gen steering axle trains, which makes it one of the smoothest coasters out there. The second coaster is Pantheon. Opening in 2022, Pantheon is an Intamin Blitz coaster that incorporates a swing launch, which means you launch forward, then backwards, and up a spike, and then launch forwards again. This makes it the fastest operating multi-launch coaster at the time of the recording. Anyways, let's get into the categories and let's see who wins. The first category is upon us, and it's length. The winner of this category is Twisted Timbers. Twisted Timbers is only 33 feet longer than Pantheon, but feels longer due to Pantheon having a swing launch that extends the ride time. After the top hat, there's really only 3 to 4 elements after leading you to one more. Twisted Timbers' ride time feels perfect with not being too short and not too long, and that's why Twisted Timbers is winning the length category. The score is now Twisted Timbers 1, Pantheon 0. Let's get into the next category. Our next category is height. This category is also pretty self-explanatory, being which coaster is taller, and that'd be Pantheon by 67 feet. Not much else to say, Pantheon wins this category. The score is now Twisted Timbers 1, Pantheon 1. So yeah, let's get on to the next category. Our third category is speed. Winning by 19 miles per hour is Pantheon. Pantheon hits a top speed of 73, while Twisted Timbers only hits a top speed of 54. I must say, Pantheon feels a lot faster than Twisted Timbers. Twisted Timbers, while it holds its speed very well, does not feel super fast, and it's the same speed as Mystic Timbers. 1 mile per hour faster than Mystic Timbers, sorry. Mystic Timbers feels a lot faster than Twisted Timbers, in my opinion, and it doesn't feel super fast, as Pantheon definitely feels a lot faster. As it is 19 miles per hour faster, so the score is now Twisted Timbers 1, Pantheon 2. Our fourth category is trains and restraints. While I do like Twisted Timbers trains for the look, RMC restraints suck. Pretty self-explanatory. Then let's get on to the next category, and the score is now Twisted Timbers 1, Pantheon 3. Pantheon seems like it's gonna win this, but we'll see. Our fifth category is operations. While both coasters don't have the best operations, Twisted Timbers seems to have the better of the two, usually dispatching a train within 2 minutes and rarely stacks its trains. Also, you must take into account that RMC restraints are way heavier than the new gen Intamin restraints, which makes them harder to push down and pull up. Twisted Timbers also has seatbelts that definitely slow down the operations. Also, you must take into account Twisted Timbers, you are not allowed to pull down your lap bar until the ride operator walks by and tells you you can, which they have to walk down the whole train, and then they have to walk back checking restraints. It takes a lot more time than on Pantheon that has no seatbelts and a really easy restraint to check, but both coasters could use some improvements, but the score is now Twisted Timbers 2, Pantheon 3. Let's get into the next category. Our next category is theming. Both coasters don't excel in this category, but Twisted Timbers at least has a little theming in the station and the queue, including that weird starfish and floating tractor in the queue. Pantheon's theming is just embarrassing, with the concept art showing amazing rock work in the theming. The finished result just does not look done. The queue is probably one of the worst out there, and it's just surrounded by brown fencing with a couple of signs that explains the ride story. There was no extended queue for Pantheon or switchbacks, which really surprised me, as Busch Gardens Williamsburg can get pretty busy, but Twisted Timbers definitely dominates Pantheon in this category, and the score is now tied, Twisted Timbers 3, Pantheon 3. Let's see who wins. The seventh category is the first drop. By first drop, I mean, of course, Twisted Timbers' first drop and Pantheon's drop off the top hat, but knowing that, let's get in. This category is worth 2 points. Whoever wins this will be in the lead. While both first drops aren't my favorite by any means, Pantheon is definitely the clear winner here. Now, I was kind of disappointed by Pantheon's drop off the top hat on my first ride. I feel like I expected more of an intense airtime moment, but it really wasn't there. I actually prefer Velocicoaster's 80-degree drop to Pantheon's 95-degree drop because it provided a more intense moment of airtime. but this might be due to Velocicoaster having 12 rows compared to Pantheon's 10. Twisted Timbers' drop is not bad by any means, and it provides a super unique sensation of hang time and laterals, especially in the back car, but Pantheon easily wins this category, bringing the score 3-5. So Pantheon is in the lead. The next category is Airtime. This category is worth 2 points. RMCs are kind of known for having an absurd amount of airtime, and Twisted Timbers does not disappoint. While having the stronger airtime of the two, it also has double the amount that Pantheon has. Twisted Timbers has an absurd 20 airtime moments compared to Pantheon's 10. Twisted Timbers easily wins this category, and Twisted Timbers rode it 30 times. Yeah, the thighs and shins. Not happy after that. It was painful. Some of those airtime moments so sharp. So Twisted Timbers easily wins, and the score is now Twisted Timbers 5, Pantheon 5. The score is now tied. Let's see who wins the next category. The ninth category is inversions. Both coasters aren't really inversion heavy, with Twisted Timbers having 3 and Pantheon having 2. So it's up to which coaster has the better inversions. And I'm going to have to go with Twisted Timbers. Now put your pitchforks down and hear me out. While the 0 G winder, alright, and the stall are both amazing on Pantheon, Twisted Timbers has the barrel roll down drop, the cutback, and the amazingly flowy 0G roll. The inversions on Twisted Timbers are so well integrated into the ride, I couldn't let Pantheon take the win in this category. The score is now currently Twisted Timbers 6, Pantheon 5. Let's see which coaster wins the next category. Let's get on to it. The next category, which is worth 2 points, is the best moment. This is a hard one because it's either between the backwards airtime hill on Pantheon and the crazy weird Outer Bank turn on Twisted Timbers. This category was pretty difficult to choose a winner, but I'm gonna have to go with Pantheon. I chose Pantheon because of the backwards airtime hill is one of the most surprising elements on any coaster. You're slammed with ejector airtime seemingly out of nowhere as you launch backwards into the spike. The Outer Bank curve on Twisted Timbers provides a crazy amount of airtime within laterals and is easily my favorite element on my ride, but Pantheon slightly edges it out. The score is now Twisted Timbers 6, Pantheon 7. Let's see who wins the next category. Our second to last category is elements. This basically means which ride has a better assortment of elements. And while Pantheon has a lot of quality elements, I'm going to have to go with Twisted Timbers because of the abundance of airtime hills that seemingly flow perfectly into each other. In my opinion, Twisted Timbers has no dead space, and Pantheon has some dead space. And Twisted Timbers is always doing something and is one of the most chaotic experiences you can have on a roller coaster. Like, the airtime is insane. The 3 camelbacks on Twisted Timbers, amazing. The ejector airtime, literally every hill has very strong airtime, either strong floater or very strong ejector. The inversions all have hang time, and it's a very whippy and enjoyable and intense ride. The score is now tied up as Twisted Timbers has 7 and Pantheon has 7. Let's see who wins the next category, and whoever wins the next category wins the whole tournament. Our last and most important category is pacing. This category is worth a staggering 3 points. Whoever wins the whole competition. Both of these rides are top of their line in pacing. Both coasters don't feel like they lose steam until the final brake run. But this is a very difficult decision, but I'm gonna have to go with Twisted Timbers. Twisted Timbers feels like it uses its speed perfectly and doesn't waste any of it. Pantheon is fast the whole ride, but is also such a short ride. You slam into the brake run with so much wasted speed that could be used for a couple extra elements. With the final category coming to an end, let's go to the finale and see which coaster won, Twisted Timbers or Pantheon. The winner by 3 points is Twisted Timbers. While both of these coasters are incredible, Twisted Timbers is slightly better than Pantheon in my opinion. If you disagree with me, comment down below and hopefully we can start a civil discussion. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another video, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!